What is up, guys? Today we are back at the House of Horsepower, the house of the Mustangs, and we're working on the shit horse. Unfortunately, this engine is coming out once again. Clayton's already went ahead and pulled the top stuff off, intake and such, so now we gotta jack it up.
Side, front.
Jack it up, get the transmission, converter bolts, all that kind of stuff. So why are we pulling this out?
Well, I developed a thirst for some water.
Yeah, that'd be the main reason. And the tick too, we kind of want to look more into that.
I did start it up this morning and at 35 psi oil pressure.
Yeah, there's the two things that really we're looking at right now is the cam plate cover in there, because there's a gasket that deals with the main oil galleries, and there's one also at the back that does the same thing, and the barbell. We never changed that.
Yeah,
so
it's not the gasket that's the issue, right? Isn't it that plate, retaining plate? Where is
could be worn, yeah, or the gasket could be worn, I guess, because there is a gasket in there. But yeah, so that's why we're doing this, and here we go. We got the old shitmobile in the air. Clayton's doing the underneath stuff, or at least he was. He's trying to get the starter off right now, and then he's gonna get the converter bolts and then the transmission bolts that you can get from the bottom. I'm in the inside of the car right now, jamming myself under the dash. The job I usually get, because, well, yeah. And there's a plate on the firewall where we cut a hole, and it's held in with self-tapping screws. So you just got to get all those out. Then we'll be ready to break the engine apart from the transmission. We got the car back on the ground, and we're just hooking up the chain to pull it out now. Transmission's ready to come apart. Making pretty good time. We've definitely done this more than once. Keep in mind the camera's right there, just your ass and stuff.
Well, what do you want me to do that?
I'm just saying. I always say, oh, I didn't know the camera.
Suspenders.
Rob's forgotten chain.
Yeah, we can finally get that off the engine. Do we paint it again? Is this like paint job run its course already?
Throwing the fucking garbage.
Wow. It's like milk. It's definitely some head gasket issues.
I that when I took the dipstick out, but we'll show the people that.
Oh, they have to see. Clayton just pointed out, water pump's draining there, into the overflow, and shooting out the side of the overflow. That's great. And still some milk oil coming out of there. Besides the fact that the oil looks like that, it also shows that definitely some water got in there with the level of it, because it shouldn't be coming out. That's the turbo drain back bung. The level shouldn't be that high. So yeah, it definitely has a head gasket issue. We still have the shit horse's old 6-liter block here with crank, yes, crank inside, on this engine stand, and we're gonna swap them. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's mostly oil.
Just a little bit of goo on there. Yuck. This is a new thing for us with the series of shit horse LS engines. We've never had any head gasket problems. And the thing with this engine was the Masterbuilt.
These ones have been torqued down 3 times?
A lot of times. We were gonna get the LS9 head gaskets, and Summit Racing was actually sold out.
And we didn't want to fucking wait.
Yeah, we wanted to put it together, so maybe this is one instance where rushing hurt us.
Didn't cost us nothing though.
That's true.
Just time.
And we had some track fun with it. So, you know,
Maybe some bearings.
it's time for a rebuild. It's like a pro race car. A couple passes, tear it out. Oh yeah, little milky guys.
Barbell's still there.
Still there, yeah. All right, let's get this thing on the engine stand. You can see we just got a ratchet strap on the trans there to hold it up. It's the easiest way to do that. We had a jack under here supporting it previously. And then all the engine junk pieces we got in the trunk here. Junk in the trunk. You can see just how bad and milky the oil was with this back cover here. That's pretty nasty. What are we doing with this engine next? That is the question. Obviously we're gonna tear apart. We're gonna pull off the heads, obviously, have to inspect the head gaskets. How much further than that are we going though? Drop the pan.
What, today?
No, I mean, in general. I think we're pretty much done for today.
Till we, fuck, are those tight?
Hey, at least it's not a Ford, right? And not snapping off in there.
Close.
We're gonna pull the plugs and inspect what happened with each one. I mean, I can't remember if we've mentioned it in the videos yet or not, but at the no prep race, which is a video that just came out recently when we're recording this, it was running like 15, 17 pounds of boost. The wastegate, yeah, I think we did mention this in a previous video, but yeah, this engine saw a lot of unexpected accidental boost. So who knows what's gone wrong. It is a Gen 4 engine, so it should have been able to handle it. Their fuel was good. If you're completely new to the channel and you don't know anything about this engine, it was pulled out of a truck in the junkyard in our most popular video ever. We pulled it by hand, and like literally pulled it by hand on the hood of a truck, which some people really don't like. But anyways, it's a 5.3 L33 aluminum block and heads, as most LSs have. Gen 4 rods. It's got the sloppy stage 2 cam in it right now. Other than that, custom cam bearing fitting. Masterbuilt stuff. It's a pretty junkyard stock bottom end engine. There has been some talk of going to the junkyard again and pulling just another block and replacing the block, but using the heads and the cam and everything else we put in this engine. Because at this point, we've done a lot and it's still having the lifter tick issues and oil pressure, well, which is really the same issue probably. So it might be something just to do with the block. You guys saw the Masterbuilt, you know how it went. Everything was done to very precise measurements. I mean, if it didn't fit, we just honed it, like cam bearings, and everything went together great. So we have no idea why this engine would have any problems right now. Here's a look at the spark plugs sitting by their corresponding cylinders. Nothing outstanding there. It's a relatively nice fall day outside today, but winter is definitely here. So we've got the whole season to work on this thing again, get it perfect, and put it back in here and run a 10 next year. I mean, we'd eventually like to go to drag week with this car as well, although I shouldn't even mention that because we're so far away from that at this point, but one day. Putting the old 235s, are they, right? 55s, some type of Mickey Thompson drag radial, 55. Back in the car for storage, taking off the ET Pro Street illegal Mickey Thompson slick race radial tires. There's really not much at all to do with the actual car, the chassis over winter. Now that we got the engine out, we can work on that, and this thing will just sit in a snow pile, I guess. Gonna push the shit horse into its final winter resting place over here now, next to the unnamed shit Trepid. I don't know. Figure something out with this, but hopefully this turd starts. Oh, son of a
goddamn son of a bitch!
Well, old Booski. Got this battery brand new, like recently, but I guess with all the sitting and you know, you don't drive these things and they just go to shit. Yeah, 5.4. Would you look at that? Just look at that.
Right.
Just look at it. There we go. It's alive. Shit. That's a good point. Look at that, guys. And there it will sit till spring. Look at this. Oh, guys. Ugh.
Thought it had more pressure.
That's what she said. What size was that engine in here again? Clayton's all NA setup.
It was a 317.
Yeah.
Same heads and intake as what's on there right now. Just a different bottom end.
Yeah, so we cleaned up the slick, hosed it all out. We're just talking some Mustangs. I mean, we've mentioned in previous videos, Clayton wants to upgrade the power in this thing. We're just talking about it again. But he was saying if he put a blower or a turbo on here, he'd probably go automatic. Which
Well, I said
I don't
if I
think-
was going to add power to it, that I would probably switch it to more of a drag setup. Different wheels, tires. And
I'd like to see it stay a stick shift,
just
just
transmissions, they're no good.
so Clayton can rip it. It is a China transmission in here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
China.
Designed in the U.S.
Yeah. Getrag or whatever you call it. Yeah, but at that point, you know, it's not as fun around the road course at Brainerd, and
Whatever.
it would be more of a drag car, and you already have drag car.
Got the Civic for a road course.
So look forward to something maybe on that front coming up for all of you coyote liking people. Maybe, no promises. But what we can promise is you'll see this thing soon again. We were just talking about maybe using the 6-liter block, because that one never really gave us any problems. It just had Gen 3 rods, so...
Well, at the end, it was. It's got a bent rod currently, right?
Well, there's no rods in it, but it did, yeah.
They're in a box.
It was clunking again, but it is an iron block, 6-liter.
And it had low oil pressure, if I remember, too.
Yeah, but that was those lifters, we thought. Who knows, guys, but we'll be working on this engine and possibly using that one. Rob also mentioned going to the junkyard, pulling another engine, completely different one, and starting with that. Just with the parts out of here, like this sloppy stage 2 cam. Look at that milk. The engine's crying, guys. We'll bust this thing open soon, and you'll see that in an upcoming episode of SPPTV. So subscribe to the channel if you're new, so you don't miss out. Drop a like if you like we always say. It does help with videos, we're told, by YouTube. I don't know, for sure. It's not just for our ego. And make sure to share with your friends.
Like?
Yeah, we already did that.
We already did that.
But anyway, yeah, so we'll check you later, guys.